All right. What's up, everybody? We are here with another round of 16 match. It's actually the final one that we're playing out here in the tournament. In the bottom right side, we've got REYNOR, the Italian stallion, representing Basilisk. His opponent in the top left, it is, of course, Cure, representing Team Envy. And he's been looking fantastic as Cure lately, but he definitely comes in as an underdog. Cure always makes his games competitive, but winning a best of 5 versus REYNOR, it's something no Terran really wants to do, because we know what REYNOR's weakness is. It's slow, methodical strategy games, right? REYNOR is what happens if you take an FPS player's instincts, raw adrenaline, and ridiculous mouse accuracy, and you put it into a StarCraft player. If you slow the game down and make it very technical, REYNOR might fall apart a little bit every now and then, but if you give him a Zerg vs Terran, the most mechanical matchup, where it's all about speed and back and forth action, and it's all about pushing and pulling and each other's attention around the map, it feels like this matchup just works so very, very well for REYNOR, because he's able to just get in that dance, and he loves it. He loves the back and forth, the spreading creep, running Lings in for backstabs, dodging Widow Mines, smashing Banes into Marines, and all of that sort of stuff. He's such an epic player at, you know, basically just the high-paced gameplay. Now, Q is pretty good at that, but definitely I think Q will struggle to keep pace with the young gun. He's a GSL champion, so I don't think there's anything to sniff at in that regard. Q is a latter-year GSL champion. Got it, finally, a couple years ago, and it was such a big breakthrough moment for him, because we knew he was an online god for a long time, but the fact that he finally won a big LAN tournament against the stiffest opposition was awesome.
Game paused.
REYNOR, just asking for a second there, guys. No worries. What's the issue, REYNOR? What's going on, buddy?
Terran's so OP.
Whoa! Really? You had to take a second just to contemplate that and prepare yourself? Okay, to each his own, man. I mean, athletes are always like, oh, my leg hurts, I need a little tactical massage timeout for my tennis match so I can get my head on straight. Apparently he had to think about his strategy.
Game resumed.
And there we go, just gonna resume that one immediately, guys. Reaper's coming on in here across this map. Now, this map was actually REYNOR's map pick, for those who don't know, but he lost the coin toss, so we're starting on US West. It's gonna be a slight ping advantage for Cure. And I actually think this map's quite good for Terran tank positions as well. I think it's amazing for Terran tank positions. But REYNOR actually really doesn't like Royal Blood, as far as I know. So that's actually the map where, you know, funnily enough, I think Terrans sometimes even try to avoid that map. They feel it's really good for Zerg. I know Solar loves that map. But I think the trick might be actually playing that one against him. Reaper already forces a Spore Trick. Oh! REYNOR was almost too greedy, but doesn't end up losing it. Cure, very nice play so far, going to the third command center. A solid macro build order. And REYNOR not getting a third base. This is a problem for him. He's supply blocked on 36. He's got to escort this drone out here. And this really, to me, feels like you might be saying, well, what's the plan? Why do you do it this way, Pig? I don't know if this was on purpose. I'm almost certain REYNOR just forgot to send the drone out and did it. But, you know, 4 queen openings not too bad. The third's a little bit slower. We'll see how REYNOR adapts from here. Spreading creep in between his base. It's just going to take a while to get that production up on the third. Now, Starport's coming in. Looks like a Banshee follow-up for Cure. Something which I am a big hater of Banshee openings up against REYNOR, guys. And look at that. Pretty quick Ling speed came in this game. So he actually gets the Reaper kill. Oh, actually, okay, yeah. So with this opening, this might have all been on purpose, actually. The reason why you want to do this is your Ling speed kicks in earlier. People aren't used to Ling speed kicking until after 4 minutes these days, because most Zergs delay it. But because REYNOR got Ling speed earlier, he gets the Reaper kill, and then his creep can just spread with nothing contesting it against a 3 command center. And Cure, he doesn't even move out with his Hellions because he's so worried about a Ling run by or something cheesy coming out. He's like, why'd you rush Ling speed? So REYNOR's whole plan here is just to get creep out harder and faster than with his other build orders. And he's going to rush double Evo chamber behind it. Oh, greedy boy REYNOR. He's going to be going for real quick double upgrades in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 60 drone mass Ling Bane style or something like that. Really looking for the fighting. Here we go, Viking moving to the right side. Hellions down here, moving down the left as well. There's a Liberator coming in behind this. I do think going Viking Lib is much better versus Reynor than going for Banshee, so I'm happy he didn't do the swap around on the add-ons. Just going for Stim. Reynor scouts this, and this looks very convincing. 4 Marines, Stim. He sees the Liberator pop out, so of course he'll start Spore Crawlers in a little while. Actually, he might even skip the Spores if he wants to be greedy, but no, he does. Builds 1 Spore on each edge, trying to make sure that it's going to be expensive if the Liberator wants to cross over. The 1/1 upgrades are so early though, dude. Those are so early. My lord. Overlord's going to go down on that side. His Crypt Chamber on the middle are going to get slowed down. Nice quick 4th base for Reynor, going up at the 5-minute mark. He's up about 8 workers as his lair does begin. Still only on 1 gas. He's got his 3rd mineral line finally saturated. Took him a little while to do that in this game. And where's that Viking going, guys? Looks like it's out front. Oh, the Liberator crossed over down here. Not going to get any kills, though. Oh, Reynor's got to be careful. But the Liberator takes a beating, man. Down to just 21 hit points. Not really getting any real damage. There's 15 Lings out here. And it feels to me like he's getting out of control. Behind this, we are going to see a reactor. Q is going to play Widow Mines. I love Widow Mine play. But I also have to admit that Reynor is very good at avoiding those Widow Mine shots. 3 Overlords died to this, 2 to the Viking, 1 to the Marines at home. It's been a pretty efficient start for Cure. Even though he's not doing high impact damage, he's doing very well. Reynor's building a 2nd Baneling Nest. Yeah, this is confirming my theory that Reynor's a little bit sleepy, guys. We got him out of bed before midday to play this match. And of course, as a true gamer, that basically is getting up before the crack of dawn. It's waking up a vampire while the daylight is still up. And we'll see if he can realize that. 1 Baneling Nest. Oh, he realizes, cancels the 2nd Baneling Nest. That's good. Baneling speed is on the way right now for Reynor. Liberator comes back in down here, and Reynor's actually distracted. The Queen gets aggroed in. Doesn't quite die, but 4 drones, very nicely done. Q can get that out of there in time. That'll be great. Get it home and repair would be the great way, but he's actually just going to sack it. He says, screw it, let's just get in here and find more damage. Seeing if he can get Reynor to make some mistakes. Reynor, quick drone pull, but still loses 1 worker, and it looks like that Liberator not even being microed anymore. Q said, hey, dude. It's on 20 hit points. Let's not waste any more time on this. On the front, though, there's no Banelings morphed, guys. There is no Banelings morphed. That's a lot of Marines and Hellions. I mean, there's a lot of Zerglings on the map with 1/1, though. And that backstab is going to be brutal. There's Widow Mines there, though. Watch out for those Widow Mine shots. If Reynor's not watching, he might take a big juicy. First one gets only 8 kills. Not as many as he'd like. 4 drones have gone down. The Marines shoving in. The Hellions not taking part in this fight right now. The Lings are coming forward, but the Marines and the Hellions roasting and toasting. Lings clear 8 SCVs from the 3rd base. Cure pulls back to the natural. Reynor's taking big damage on the other side, though. No Banelings prepared for this. The Queens are taking a big beating. The Hellions and the Marines pull back at the perfect time. If they can deny the 5th base, that's going to be a pretty good pick-off there. But Mass Zergling with 1/1's going to have something to say about that. Oh, pulls into a corner, though. Reynor with a good spread around the flank, and I do think Kua should pick up and get out of there. He saves a few aliens, but loses all of the Marines except 2 on the left side. The Viking comes back in. Holy crap! Who is driving this Viking? Somebody give them a raise. It's got 4 Overlord kills. This Viking has been an absolute menace, guys. Reynor has very limited map vision because of that Viking. But it is looking like finally the Queens are going to get it down. That was the Overlord buffet, and unfortunately didn't finish off any of those Overlord dishes, just kind of stuck his dirty paws in each one of them. Banelings are there, but watch out for the Widowmine Hellbat Marine spready. Big counterattack again, but he's solid. That's with the Widowmines. If they burrow, they can easily defend this. Reynor gets in. Watch out for the Widowmines. Oh, he picks up the Marines, but Reynor spreads as well. Marines dropping on that right side. 5th base does go down. Looks like a lot of Banelings went down over here, guys. Oh my god, a lot of Banelings went down. I looked over there and there was just a field of dead units. I don't know how many of them were Terran, but seeing that there's still a Terran army down there, I've got to imagine most of them were Zerg. Battle report coming up right now, and you can see that Kua killed over 100 Zerglings in this last trade. Over 100 Zerglings. He is trading so well, and Kua, in a pretty standard game, seems to be outplaying Reynor on his map choice. Macro Hatchery trying to come up in the main. Reynor's only on 73 workers. The greedy boy normally likes to get way further ahead than that, but these drops just will not let him take a 5th base.
Hey, leave me alone.
That's exactly what Reynor's saying right now. He's feeling the pressure. He's got to take this base in the bottom left that's kind of sticking out far to the side. And I think he's really feeling just the heat of the execution of Kua. Now, Kua forgot +2 armor, so did Reynor. But Reynor is Zerg, and +2 carapace Oh, actually, no, his +2 carapace is already finished. Never mind. His +2 carapace is already finished, so he's actually so far ahead on the upgrades that we missed that one. +2 melee is about to kick in. It's 2-2 versus 1-1 right now. A fight right now would be glorious for Reynor, but I don't know if he's really got the opportunity. He also only has 2 overseers. They're both with this army here, the other army on the right side of the map. And here we go. Big push to the bottom left side. Denying the 5th base seems to be the goal for Cure in this game. He's got a 4th command center and 8 barracks. Marauder transition on the way. Oh! Widow Mines landing. Big boom booms. Raises the depot at the last second. Well done by Cure. He doesn't have that many Marines there. The Banelings are going to get inside. Can he capitalize? Marines on the right side run in. They trade with the Queens. The Queens are going to go down. Back at home, though, the SCVs. How many SCVs can he get? One big boomy. One big boomy could be big, but oh my god. Cure keeps almost all of his SCVs alive. He only loses 4. He does lose those army on the right side, but it was a small army. And the queen count down to 7. Reynor's still pumping queens 3 at a time. His creep spread is not looking that fantastic. Looks like some lings there did get in the follow-up. They got a marauder, but Q is still the one who's large and in charge. But he's F2ing. If you get a Terran to F2, select all army key and grab their whole army to 1 point, and then you keep backstabbing, you keep backstabbing, you keep backstabbing. Reynor knows that he can keep doing this. He can just keep on pulling him around, keep expanding away from wherever the army is, and try to get Q to make some big slip-ups. Oh, bad hatchery placement. Oh, instant kill. 300 minerals down the drain. Mass Baneling run by. There's a lot of Widow Mines nearby. Oh, watch out. First Widow Mine gets 5 Banelings. There's more on the high ground. Those SCVs there do take big damage. Down here, the Marines and the Widow Mines trying to shove in. Q is trying to punish Reynor for being so heavy on the counterattacks. Reynor gets 14 SCVs and makes the 4th base lift off. But can he stop this army on the front? Up 30 army supply right now is Cure. Oh! Big Banelings here. Cure a little slow on the pickup. He goes to drop in the main, but he's dropping in range of spores. I don't know if this is a good call. He loses a medevac with 3 Marines inside. He will clear out the spores, opening up this for future, but look at how many Widow Mines there are. Reynor, while busy defending the main, can't be microing perfectly against all of these Widow Mines. They're everywhere. This map is turning into a minefield, and Pureling Bane is not going to cut the mustard. Reynor's trying to make a hive, but he's taken so much damage. He's down at 67 workers. Now, you might say, but he's up 10 workers, Pig. The problem is that Terran doesn't need as many workers as Zerg. Terran can still be dropping mules, and they've got, obviously, a 40 army supply advantage. Zerg, in this scenario, with this limited creep spread, wants to be on 80, 85 workers so that they can afford to take these negative trades. But at the moment, you're down 6,000 resources in the units lost, and you don't have a big enough economic advantage to make up for that. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god, stop it! Oh my god! Absolutely savage, dude!
Terran's so OP.
Dude, this is absolutely brutal. Those Widow Mines smashing. The Marauders absorbing most of the Banelings. Funnily enough, the rocks got broken by those Banelings as well. The Lings are doing some decent backstabs, though. 9 SCVs go down, but Q just has such a big army advantage. And this choke point is even more deadly for the Zerg to chase into now. That bottom left base as well, I feel like a single drop or Liberator would shut down a large portion of Reynor's economy in that bottom left corner. The Marine Marauder microing so well. The Banelings blowing up on Marauders. This is absolutely brutal, dude. Now that the Marauder transition's complete and Reynor doesn't have 3-3, +3 attacks kicking in now. He doesn't have Ultras, he doesn't have Vipers, he doesn't have Hydras or Lurkers. He's on Pureling Bane, and he is just so far behind. Cure is swarming over the Zerg player and looking really, really fantastic. I feel like Cure is really just playing a solid game. There's no real big weaknesses. He is, of course, not got a big late game transition, so he needs more damage. Oh, Lingbane rolls on the left, but the Marauders spread. The Widow Mines burrow. This base has to get evacuated. Oh, God, 13 drones get blasted by the Widow Mines. And Reynor has to tap out. GG, well played. Oh, my God, Reynor. That was a rough game 1. What are you thinking, mate? Is his strategy just too good?
I think he's map hacking.
Oh, okay. I didn't... Oh, I just thought he out-multitasked you, but I guess so. All right, man. All right, guys, let's go into map number 2. A flawless start for Cure. But now he's on his opponent's server, but it's his map pick. Neo Humanity, a map which is very good, I believe, for late-game turtling, but we haven't seen it too often. Very rarely do they get there. Reynor in the top left side. Now, Reynor, yesterday, Cyril used what may have been credited as one of his builds on this map, where he went for a really fast rich gas 4-base Lurker Viper Rush, and it hit with ranged Lurkers, Vipers, Roaches, Hydras at 8.5 minutes. It was a brutal attack timing. But Reynor has something very different in mind because he's got gas pool. So he's doing a very aggressive opening. His hatchery is very late there. So minute 26 that he puts that down. So Reynor's got a really weird opening in mind. Very curious play for him. And as an SCV scout, I don't think he's too... I think he was expecting a command center first. And I think he was like, okay, CC first. We'll have like 6 SCVs on the low ground really early. And then I'll do a dive with link speed and I'll get like 5, 6 SCVs. I also believe that Reynor has been taking the rich gas so often on this map that it's starting to become a crutch and people know he's going to do it every game. So I think it would be wise for him to back away from doing that as a strategy. He's still mining gas. Oh my god, Reynor, what the hell? Reynor's just all-inning. Is he going to mine the minerals? Guys, is Reynor going to mine the minerals open and then just charge Ravager Ling in the back door? Or, nah, I think it's just a straight Ravager Ling through the center of the map. I don't think the back door makes any sense. This is just like a classic Ravager Speedling all-in, but like very early Ravager Speedling, guys. Now, Kua doesn't really know what the build is, but the Lings didn't go across the map. So they're not able to come in and punish that Reaper for coming forward, which means the Reaper gets some scouting. He sees 2 lava on the natural. Big tell. Big tell of aggression. Why is the Zerg not turning every single lava into drones? It's because they're saving up for roaches. I don't know if Kua caught that or not, guys. If he was paying really close attention, then he'll know it. He sees no third base, and he's going to see the roaches moving out almost certainly as well. Or will he? Actually, no, he won't, because the Lings are here with Ling speed to deny the scouting. He made sure to show him a drone going to the third, though, did Reynor. Reynor's like, look, I'm taking a third base. It's a totally normal third base build, man. And this is, of course, going to prompt Kua to build Hellions, thinking, okay, got to deal with the Ling speed. No worries, building a tech lab. He's got a Starp on the way, but it's a 3cc build, and that's a lot of roaches coming forward. They're going to start morphing into Ravagers. He has enough gas now, so when that Overlord pops, he'll have the supply free. He'll be able to make one of these into a Ravager. I don't know how you defend this. As Kua, you need to start a Marauder right now. Oh, man. This is a vicious timing. Kua's got 2 Hellions out, 2 more on the way. 1 Ravager's morphing back there. The roaches are coming in. Kua sees it. Pulls back up his ramp. The SCV is trying to evacuate, but he thinks he's got to lock the door. He's got to lock the door. He has to trap those SCVs on the outside. So already 5 SCVs going down. The roaches moving forward, and look at that. Biles there. He's going to start taking out these SCVs that are trying to repair. Hellions popping on the outside of the wall. Interesting. 1 roach does fall. The Marines and the Hellions focusing down another roach. It's going to die as well. Unable to get the wall down just yet. Reynor not cracking in as fast as I thought he would. I thought he'd already be able to break the wall. A third roach is about to go down. The Banshee's going to pop out momentarily. Reynor needs more damage. He's got the worker advantage, but he needs more damage. He's got to get through this wall and let these Lings on top of these SCVs. If he can get through the wall, he can break in. The Banshee's there. The Banshee's railing down damage. So many workers are falling. But remember, there's triple orbital mule. This is an all-in, guys. He needs to kill him. He's still in a rough position, is Reynor. He needs more damage. And speaking of it, he gets 3 SCVs with 1 bile. Reynor is doing a 2-base single queen all in, guys. This is the classic therapy build. And you know what? He gets the depot down, and with the Lings in, those mules ain't gonna help you rebuild anymore, mate. Nuh-uh. As I said, this was ridiculously committed. 19 drones. It's the old therapy build from 2016, from the beginning of Legacy of the Void. He gets rid of the cloak, kills every single SCV. Kua has not seen that one in a hot minute. He double scans the bases to see just how committed that was, and taps out. All right, well, that was a nice way to put the momentum back on his side. A big risk when you are down 0-1 in a series. Reynor up here in the top right, representing Basilisk. Guys, you got to understand just how committed that all-in was. Kua could have defended that with 6 SCVs, and it would have been an even game. You might think, that's silly pig, but remember, no third hatchery started, only just building his second queen. First 3 command centers, plus Banshees and Hellions out. Now you might think that's fine. Oh, it's fine. No, no, no. The moment there's like 2 Hellions counterattacking him, Reynor has nothing to deal with it. They could dive and ruin his economy. A Banshee, if he has to build spores, that hurts his economy significantly. So he had to, that was a killing move. Like he had to do very close to lethal damage for that to have paid off. But I think at the end of that game, we got to say, you know what? It was a rough one for Kua down here in the bottom left. He's going to go command center first, pulling back into his shell after that last game with the command center first opening. Reynor, any words for your opponent after that last map and that cheesy opening?
How's that spaghetti taste?
Oh, what, dude? Okay, guys, we're gonna just open the mics between the players, I think, just to let this smack talk go. How's that spaghetti taste? Damn, Reynor, he just doesn't hold back at all. We opened the mic to him for a moment, and instantly he's got those burns ready. Double barracks into gas. Follow up here for Cure. For those who don't know, Reynor is Italian, or Italian, as I prefer to say. But yeah, he's fantastic, man. He's known to the Spaghetti Boy, the Italian Stallion. Any other good nicknames? I feel like we called him the Kid for like a minute, and then he successfully spammed calling Clem the Kid, that we kind of forgot that it was his nickname initially, and then we started calling Clem the Kid. Like, he literally pushed his least favorite nickname onto a different player. The bloody magician that he is. Luigi. Drone's going to move out to that left side as well. Going to go for the triangular third base, try and get that creep out front. It's a big map pick. This is Reynor's map, but we're back on US West for it, so slightly better ping for Cure. Reactor Tech Lab straight away on those barracks. It's the 2-1-1 play from here. Cure, of course, has had no scouting this game. Reynor did not build Zerglings, though. So what's really impressive here is Reynor just skipped Zerglings entirely. He said, hey, I didn't see a Reaper. It's a good chance he goes Command Center first. I know Cure loves to go Command Center first, so Reynor's got 2 drones extra from where he'd normally be this early, and that makes a big difference. It really does. Now that Zerg players are used to making this adaptation, I think the Command Center first is not as powerful. Oh, the Artosalope, the most nervous critter down there. Okay, Creep's going to try and get... Oh, Reynor, very sloppy with that Creep Tumor. Cure's like, really? A freebie? Thanks, man. He's like, you knew I was there. I think Reynor just thought the Reaper was going to move out to the right side. Got a bit ahead of himself. Oh. The other nickname is Bruz for Cure. Oh, no. Well, we'll see if he can pork barrel this game away, mate. I don't know. He's going to try and take the funds away from the Terran and mine them all out himself and use it to secure Zerg victory. It's a good strategy. Creep Tumor is going to try and spread around the base. Overlord's going to try and get in the main. Marines are shooting him down. Yeah, it's not going to see too much. It sees 4 Marines. So we can kind of... He hasn't seen a single Hellion. But Reynor's building a few safety Zerglings anyway, just in case there is some sort of Hellion run by. Whereas if he knew for sure that this was just pure Marines, he'd be doing nothing but drones for a little bit longer in this game. Now this Zergling's going to come up, spots the big ball of Marines moving forward. Single Evo chambers on the way. Reynor planning to get a quick carapace upgrade. Very powerful against early Marines and medevacs. Cure, though, following up with the 3rd command center on the high ground. Reynor, the cheeky boy, does sneak a Zergling inside. Sees that it's more Marines behind that. 2nd gas is on the way for Reynor right now. And that 3rd base, reasonably saturated. Mixture of queens and Zerglings. He's going 10 queens. Wow, Reynor loves that queen count, man. Medevacs are here. Stim is done. He stims from pretty far out. I mean, Overlord, Creep Tumor. Can he get anything else? The Reaper Grenade's not bad. Gets another active Tumor. That will force out a bit more energy from the queens, but no big amount of damage. Nothing to write home about. Reynor has to go now for the Lair and the Baneling Nest. He wants to get the early Baneling speed. Reynor's one of the best at spreading creep elsewhere while defending in a central location, but does lose 1 queen there. Only 2 Marines have dropped this game. Ooh, he's going for the combat shields timing, guys. He's not stopped producing Marines at all. Shields is almost ready. And a 3rd Medevacs coming across the map with 8 Marines in it. So he doesn't have too many Marines left on the front. That's the one thing that's not great. So he's going to have 21 Marines, a Reaper, 3 Medevacs. And when Shields finishes, he will stim in and see if he can take out Reynor. Reynor's building more Zerglings, so I think he'll be okay. But his transfuses are mostly gone. Reynor's going to spread those queens a little bit and drop some transfuses. He loses another queen. Good pullback on the Lings for now. He's got to try and bait these Marines in a little bit deeper before he takes the fight. But Q is very careful to not step too deep on creep. And it looks like he will finally get pushed back. But no, he's back for more. Oh man, the transfuses are barely ticking over fast enough to hang on here. But already, remember, a few queens have gone down. There's 9 of them left up. The Ling Bane's going to get on top. And he tries to do a nice spready, but the Marines are pretty heavily damaged. A lot of them are falling. Cure might be better off just picking up and leaving at this point. Units lost tab 2-1 in favor of the Terran. Kew's got to be happy with those trades. Third command center is kind of delayed, but he'll be able to transfer a lot of workers over there immediately. You see his naturals already well saturated, and Marines and tanks coming forward behind this. Going up from 5 barracks straight into 8 barracks. Kew has a plan for this map, guys, and its name is Aggression. He is going to keep on pushing hard and fast, and REYNOR at 7 minutes, and he's only on 60 workers. REYNOR's worker count is looking not too great, guys. It is really not fantastic. We're used to REYNOR getting up to 75, 80 drones by this point. Now, obviously, Kew has slowed himself down a little bit, but I think it's very good for him because now REYNOR is going to want to get back to his comfort zone. He's going to be holding the drone key down at the moment where the Terran is about to cut workers. Terran's already hit the maximum workers he'll have for this game, probably, and he's going to go non-stop bioproduction off 3 base. Probably delays this 4th command center a very long time. He has got an armory, so who knows, maybe he'll build add-ons. Oh, he is actually going, okay, he's going add-ons, so it's not the fastest 3 base. He'll add 2 upgrades, but notice it's all reactors, no tech labs. So Q's transition to anti-lurker, anti-ultra is terrible. He's on pure marine tank, like 1 tank building at a time and just a billion marines. It's all about raw firepower. It's a glass cannon attack that needs to do big damage. REYNOR's now up to 72 workers. His economy looking a little bit more healthy. His infestation pit's halfway done. No doubt we'll be starting a hive. 2 upgrades have started. And Cure, when he has those finished, we're going to see 15 marines building at a time. A marine builds it. Oh, he stays a bit too long. Loses 5 or 6 marines, but gets a few banelings and a bunch of zerglings. I like that he's just dropping, keeping the pressure up. But look at that, the marine production up to 11 marines at a time. He'll be able to build 15 marines at a time with those 7 reactors plus 1 tech lab barracks, guys. And that means you can build, it means you can build about 35 marines a minute, which is an insane amount of Terran firepower entering the map. Already, 39 marines, 4 tanks. That number's going to go way up over the next minute or 2. Sensor Tower at the 3rd. Q are trying to give off the illusion of I'm playing a macro game. And that shows up for Zerg. We're watching from REYNOR's camera right now, guys. This is REYNOR's first-person view. He's going to see a Sensor Tower popping up. And you know what? As a Zerg, that makes you think we're going to the long game. REYNOR's still droning. He's going up to 80 workers. He's got a ring of spores in the main, very well placed. If we see more drones on that production tab, he cannot stop this push. It would take wizardry from him. But luckily for the Zerg fans, more Lings, more Banes. He's really focused on the unit production, but this army is moving out. 60 Marines on the map. There we go. 15 Marines are in production. Finally, Q has got the minerals to use all of it at once. His last 2 depots building that's going to wall off this base with the siege tanks to stop run-bys. And it's just going to be a rally of forwards across this map. Nice pickup to save those units. The Marine tank is here. He's going to siege on this area. That's why he's been so active here. Siege tank's there. Drives a wedge between these 2 bases. Oh, man. But REYNOR's ready with the backstab. He's going to flank around the left side. The Link Bane's attacking around a corner, though. I don't know if this is the right timing for REYNOR to be going in here. He gets a siege tank, but he loses a lot of Link Bane. The Marines are up there on the base, and these tanks are reaching far forward into the Zerg territory. Oh, man. This is awkward. REYNOR has +2 carapace, but no melee upgrades as well. Keep that in mind, guys. 2-2 versus 0-2. Oh, no. Stim Marines go forward. Link Bane coming in from all sides. REYNOR with a lot of banelings. He needs to find the connections, and he does. But more Marines coming from the left side, and oh, no. The siege tanks, one of them survives. There's so many Marines, and REYNOR is way outsupplied. Q is surprising him with a big 8 racks attack. Beautiful play. Constant pressure from Q. And he is outperforming REYNOR right now. This is absolutely wild. Just great hiding of this build. Great pressure to set up for it by clearing a big avenue in the creep. And what a brutal Marine tank setup. REYNOR did not see this one coming to the last minute. It was way too late to react. The Link Bane trying to cut off the rally. Does get rid of some of those units. And the Marines, though, pushing into the natural. The Overlords are sticking out. And REYNOR looks a little bit frustrated. That completely caught him off guard. Oh, man, the pressure's on. Down, but not out. He has been getting caught off by these build orders and getting run over by the multitasking as well, it feels. Needs to find a way to get that wind back in his sails in the bottom right side, forgetting his Overlord. Wait, what? 13 pool? REYNOR's going 1 base Ravager roll in. You are kidding me. He's about to build 1 more drone and then a gas and then a Roach Horn and another gas. Holy crudsicles, guys. REYNOR has decided he's had enough of losing to these command center first builds. He's going all in, and you know what? It's a barracks first. Oh, no, 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 no. That is not good for Reynor, guys. Yep. Wait, no. He's can't. Oh. Okay. Reynor is not going for the one base ravager. He's literally just going to try to build 10 lings to cancel the command center, which is still hoping to hit a command center first build. But if Cure sends this SCV to build the command center and doesn't scout until the Reaper, this can work. This can work out. You can get a cancel and it can be a playable position, especially since it's a 13 pool rather than a 12 pool. He's committed a little bit less to it. He's got one more drone behind this. This is a crazy build, though. This is a really, really crazy build. Reynor right now is the barracks is finishing up. Q is sending a second SCV. Oh no! That's not good for Reynor. Hopefully his overlord sees this SCV so he can hide from it, guys. If the SCV sees his Zerglings, he's screwed. SCV gets past, but luckily the Zerglings are on a different path for now. Still, oh, this is still rough. I mean, I think maybe he can cancel the command center even with the Reaper coming out, but this is such a crazy, risky build. It's weird for Reynor to be making this decision. I don't know if the SCV saw that, actually. Now it sees it. The last two Zerglings come out, tag onto it. Link speed's on the way behind this. Drones in a hatchery. There is an economic transition. These Links going to try to run into that main base, maybe pick off some SCVs, distract the Reaper a little bit. The commands are on the natural, taking big damage. We'll keep that one selected. You can see its hit point down here in the bottom right side of the screen. Zergling running in circles. And SCV's going to... No, he's got to cancel it. Cancel! Whoa! He cancels it at the last second. And Cure immediately rebuilds it on the low ground, though. Very brave, but it makes sense. He knows you can't afford link speed with this. But that is a huge commitment for Reynor, and he's still down 5 workers at the end of it. But he's got his natural finished, whereas the command center is just starting, of course, for Cure. 2 more lings do come in. Oh, he actually gets the SCV. Yeah, building the command center down here may have been a big mistake. Cure's getting a bit too ballsy. Marine comes down, as well as a bunch more SCVs, and now it feels like it's paid off. Oh my god, I don't know about you, but everyone, I feel vindicated. When I play Terran on the ladder, people 12 pull me all the time, and I always assumed it was meant to be a trash build that only works because I'm a monkey who can't micro my units correctly, but I feel like this has worked out to a point where it's like a playable position, you know, for Reynor. I don't think it's too bad. He can start his 3rd base. The Terran command center is massively behind. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still a monkey, but the build may be a little more viable than I thought. Obviously, you're hoping to catch a command center first, or something where their pants are really down, but even in this scenario, I think this is playable for Reynor. I don't think he's too far behind. I say that with a cautious, but maybe there's something I'm not accounting for, because that tech is pretty early, right? You can have Banshees and Aliens out. Link speed's okay timed, but where's the queen count? There's 2 queens out right now. 4th queen only just started. Yeah, Reynor's going to be defending with bare bones. I feel like maybe sneaking another Zergling run by in at some point will help him. Definitely going to be a tough kind of ask of getting the creep out on the map. Reaper tanking the damage. Notice he targets the Hellion, because Hellions do not have the combat drugs. The Reaper, when it's out of combat for about, I don't know how long it is. I'm going to guess 7 seconds. It starts regenerating its hit points. Hellions, of course, would have to go home to repair. So try to target those Hellions to make sure that they have to really back off and respect you. Oh, he's going for the Tumor. Nope. Good defense by Reynor so far. He's constantly pumping queens right now, and he will be transferring drones over to that 3rd base in the near future. Overlord's coming in for a scouty scout. The Marines are going to shut that down, though. This big main base. Hard to get an Overlord in there. Doesn't see anything. Notice Q is playing super safe right now. He's very worried because Reyn has shown such an aggressive stance. You can tell Q is a little paranoid about what's coming next. But he's going to wall off completely here. Zergling Scout gets denied. At least he knows there's a Banshee. Spores need to go down right now. Reynor builds a Spore. 1 in his main, 1 in his 3rd. Delays the one in his natural just a couple seconds. 44 workers versus 36 in Reynor's favor. 3rd command center has started for the Terran. But 7 queens are now out. And it feels like Reynor's getting back to a semblance of a normal game. Cure, on the other hand, we've got to ask, what is the follow-up? Are we just taking a 2nd and 3rd barracks? He's still building Hellions right now. He's going up to 10 Hellions. And building it armor. It's going to be a Hellbat Banshee counterattack, guys. 2 Banshees and 10 Hellbats are going to be hitting. Reynor's only on 7 queens. And he's going double Evo. Oh no, Reynor's trying to be so greedy. He doesn't have a Bailey Nest or a Roachhorn. And he's only going to 8 queens. He's not going to 9 or 10 queens. He's not safe against this. Cure with some fantastic instincts. He knows that Reynor's going to feel behind or in a bit of an awkward position, want to cut a corner in the follow-up. Cure senses that, and he's grouping up for a giant. He's even building Hellions number 10 and 11 and 12. So he is planning a giant Hellbat timing. 8 queens are all Reynor has to defend. How much energy does he have? He's got Transfuse. He's got a fair bit of Transfuse, but not a crazy amount. He's going to need to grab every queen. His Lings are going to need to try and wrap around from behind. 5 Marines joining this as well. There is no Medivacs, but the Banshees, the Hellions, all of this stuff coming on in. The Banshees are a bit far south. They need to come in and join this as well. And there we go. That is 12 Hellbats, and Reynor caught being so greedy. Reynor is such a greedy StarCraft player, and I feel like Cure here has just figured out the perfect response. Oh man, look at that. The Lings want to get us around on the Marines, but they're not able to do it. They just cannot engage into that number of Hellbats. The Queens are well, he's digging himself out of the grave, or is he? This is US West. It's going to be slightly ping favored, and it's Babylon. It is a very good map for Terran. I really am surprised Cure waited for map 5. This is the map which, of course, Reynor lost to Oliveira, the deciding match in that reversal. Let's see if Reynor can change history and say, no, I'm okay with this map. He's in the top left side representing Basilisk. He's got attitude, he's got heart, he's got spirit. But right down here in the bottom right side, I feel like we should actually pull out what Oliveira said the other day almost. I wish I still had that available. Hard work beats talent. That's what we had Oliveira saying on day 1 of the tournament. And honestly, that's Cure, I feel, has been the grinder of all grinders. I always appreciate someone like Reynor, who trains hard, but also strikes me as someone who is naturally very gifted at the game, has a deep intuitive understanding of it. Whereas I feel like a guy like Cure has grinded over the years to slowly close the gap between him and the very, very gifted players who rose to the top in a sudden, you know, just booming climb. For Cure, it was, I'm going to grind for years and years and years as a B teamer, get to the A team, get into that, you know, that spot, really start taking wins for my team and team leagues and start getting deeper and deeper in the GSL. And when he finally won that GSL championship himself, I feel like we finally saw it all pay off in that beautiful moment. And I really feel, as much as Reynor often comes in as a fan favorite with the English-speaking international community, do not doubt Cure. Also, by the way, guys, last time Reynor lost this map, I believe he killed the Urubu. I know we've talked about it a lot in this tournament, but the Urubu curse is real. It is a thing. Anyone who kills the Urubu on Babylon loses. It's 100%. Every time I've mentioned this and we've caught it happening, it happens. Reynor just clicked on the Urubu, guys. I just saw a red circle around the Urubu. If he just clicked on that one as well. Reynor, do not spam. Reynor, stop. He's spamming clicking on those Urubus, guys. Luckily, Cure comes in. For those who don't know, if you spam click on a critter enough, it does explode in all Blizzard games. And here we go. Reaper is getting some more damage as well. Of course, guys, we've already got Beyond waiting in the wings for the winner of this match. It's going to be a banger either way, whoever gets there. The Reaper does get a Zergling. Oh, 2 Zerglings. Q is on fire. Q is feeling himself right now. Guys, okay, the Urubu. I don't know what happened. Okay, I don't think he finished spamming clicking on them. Reynor, the fact that he was spamming clicking on them, though, tells me that he wants to play with death. Okay, there we go. Both Urubus are still alive on this side of the map. Reynor did not kill them. But, yeah, Reynor losing 2 of those Zerglings. Not a great start. 3rd Command Center coming up for Cure. If there was ever a map to just try and kill him with a big, brutal push, this would probably be the map. I wonder if Reynor is afraid to play his Mass Roach style anymore. I really feel like the way he played Mass Roach versus Oliveira was punished perfectly. Because Reynor, when he goes Roaches, he opens 1-1 range, he swaps into melee Carapace, and the big issue that he has, and Oliveira pointed this out in his analysis after the World Championship, is that Reynor drones really greedily. So he's got a really inefficient army of Roach Ravager, chews up a lot of supply without being that effective, and then he goes to like 93 workers. And Reynor's whole theory behind that style and why he was liking doing it is, hey, my Roaches are going to be inefficient when I trade them away, so I have plenty of money to replace it with Ling Bane. But if the Terran doesn't let you take small trades and they just do one giant max push, you're fighting them down 30, 40, 50 army supply, you can get punished. And that's why I think Reynor might be a little bit scared off the habit of going Roach Ravager. Even though personally, I think this is the perfect game to do it. You've played Ling Bane every game. You haven't looked too flash hot. Let's be honest, guys. This has not looked like the unstoppable Reynor of yesteryear, where he's just, you know, a league ahead of a guy like Cure. Now, I don't know if that's just because Q is playing faster, better, crisper StarCraft and his build orders are catching him off guard, or if it's because Reynor's maybe just not feeling the mechanics as well as he normally does. He's not flowing as well, feeling a little bit gumped up. Overlord's going to come in. The command center did just move out. Hopefully Reynor doesn't trick himself here. He sees the Banshee, which is very important, so he knows it's going to be cloaked Banshees. And doesn't see the third command center just yet. But perhaps can assume that that has already lifted out with how late that Overlord Scout is. The lair has not started just yet, guys. It's a very quick baneling nest with a very slow lair. That's a bit of a mistake there. That's going to slow down his baneling speed, but more importantly, his overseer a little bit, which means the Banshees can be more annoying. 8 Hellions on the map behind this second and third barracks. Kua going to be going double engineering bay after that. Very solid opening for him. He's got to slow this creep down, try and stop it from getting to the middle of the map. The Queens come forward. The Hellions take a little bit of damage. Good defense by Reynor. He's also got 4 Queens on the south side. Really good split. And he's just on 2 gas so far. This is a map where I think playing that low gas style he was trying to play on Ancient Cistern is a good idea. You know, go for the mass-ling Bane so you've got enough units to backstab. He's going to go for the corner base. This got him in trouble last time. Last time he took this corner base versus Oliveira, a tank sieged up here with some Hellbats guarding it was unbreakable. He's going to need to shove this creep forward and really try to control this area and get a 5th base on the north as well in case he has to abandon it. I think it's a good 4th base, don't get me wrong, but he has to make sure he avoids the Terran taking that position. Right now, still only 2 gases. Mass drones, 70 workers on 2 gas, guys. Yeah, there we go. Okay, 2 more gases go down. Looks like he's going to play a 5 gas style. Banshee's coming back into the main. Hellions rotating around the left side. There is currently only 13 Zerglings out, and Reynor's continuing to drone. If those Hellions dive, they will find damage. He's got a few Banelings, though, on the high ground, so if Hellions run up a ramp into Banelings, they'll get boomed. 4th and 5th barracks coming on right now. The upgrade timing does look very good for Cure. He's already about a quarter of the way complete with his 1-1. Evo chambers have started for Reynor here at about 6 minutes 20. Not the fastest Evo chambers, but Reynor's worker count is absolutely horribly disgusting. If you're a Terran fan, 80 drones at 6 minutes 40. What in the hell? If Reynor gets away with this, he's going to have a ridiculous swarm. Cure knows he needs to push this area. If he can get tanks down there, that's going to be huge. The Hellions, one of them does go down. The Queen's got to immediately respread this creep. Reynor needs to stop building drones. He's on 83 workers. That's crazy. He's got to start massing units. This is a small map. It's good to be a little greedy, but Reynor's greed sometimes gets him in trouble. I mean, we talk about this a lot, that he pushes it just a bit too far. He's taking a 6th gas right now, so he's going to be playing 6 gas. He's still droning! Reynor, you got to be real cautious, man. The first Marine tank push is going to find that same position that haunted you last time. More tanks, more Marines are on the way. The armory building behind it. This first push holds a lot of weight. Q has got 2 tanks. Where's he going to put them? He might start... Oh, he's going to just siege in the open? He really should try to hug this corner. Lings counterattacking in the north side of the map, getting set up in position. Oh, he's sieging a tank all the way off to the right. Interesting. That tank's not quite wedged in. Lings can get a full surround on that if they move in for it. Ling Bane morphing just out of vision. The Banshees are nearby, though. So these Ling Bane backstabs are going to be very expensive for Reynor. They have to get a bunch of SCVs to be worth it because the Banshees will eventually clean them up. Mass Ling Bane is on the way. The Hydra Tech is here. Muscular Augments is 1/3 of the way complete. Oh, no, 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 no! Okay, the wall does raise, but that is a lot of Banelings. He's going to split some into the 3rd base. They're not going to get there in time. Oh, big juicies. Okay, not quite the best micro on that from Reynor. He gets 8 SCVs, but not as much as he would have liked. The Banshees, they were just a bit too far to the left. Q is going to put them back in position. Re-wall. Crisis averted. But you might think a trade like that's good for the Terran. It's not, guys. Not when Reynor has 86 workers. Reynor will be happy to take that trade 2, 3, 4 times more in this game. He's going to send a lot more Lings on the north. The next one is going to flood in a lot of Lings. But because he showed his hand, Kua has got a siege tank on the high ground, and his rally is very safe. Oh, I think Reynor might have already pulled the trigger too early on that first attack. His Ling Bane Hydra is buying time. He's going to try and run in. The Banelings go for the depots. Can he get in on top of the tank? Yes, he can. The Siege Tank and the Marines focus down the Banelings. Great defense by Cure, and Reynor has to back off. Great trades for Cure. He's at 2-to-1 cost efficiency. And look at this position. I talked about this position earlier. Reynor wisely evacuates. I think watching that game against Oliveira, he did a YouTube video analyzing it, talking about how great Oliveira played, but you could tell he was also contemplating that he could have given up this base earlier and moved to the top. Unfortunately for him, Cure is very smart. He's moved the Banshees up there to deny it. On the other hand, the wall's open. Baneling's coming to the third base. Cure, watch out, mate. The SCVs are trying to get out of there. They're trying to spread. The Drilly boys are in trouble right now. Baneling's finding the SCV line.
How's that spaghetti taste?
Oh, don't get cocky, mate. The Queens took out the Banshees in the top side as well, though. Okay, I can see why you're so cocky. Reynor being really, really powerful with that damage. And is there a fourth command center, guys? No, this is a big, big, big committed attack. The fourth command center does not exist. There is no fourth. This is basically a 3-base all-in. Kua has a giant army advantage. You may have wounded his economy, but you have to deal with his army. And that's why Reynor needs to set up a perfect flank on one of these halves of the army. Cure is splitting to attack 2 separate sides. Reynor needs to gather his whole army, crush one side. Otherwise, that army supply gap's going to get out of control. Good decisiveness from Reynor, but the Banelings have not found the Hellbats just yet. The tank's trading very well, but Reynor has the numbers and he gets on top. Nice moves. Big attack in the north is going to move forward, but Cure risks exposing his army in separate pieces. This is a big mistake for Cure. I think Cure needs to pull back and reconsolidate. He's going to kill the hatchery, though. That really wounds Reynor's economy. Reynor's back to 4 base, but it's 4 base versus 3. Up 23 workers still. Reynor's still feeling pretty good in this game. 5 Marines do redrop on that left side. The Ling Hydra will deal with it. The third base of Q are looking pretty wide open. I feel like this is a big target for Baneling run-bys in the future as well. Still, guys, it is just 5 barracks, 1 factory pumping, 2 Marines, plus 1 vehicle siege tanks. That one does get saved, thankfully, for Cure. Cure is fighting his bloody heart out right now, but the plus 2 upgrades are going to catch up for Reynor. And he's got 3 Vipers on the way. The Vipers will counter the siege tanks, and if you don't have the siege tanks, all you've got is a pure Marine army versus Ling Bane Hydra, and as long as Reynor has creep and enough Banelings, he will not die to pure Marines. Cure needs to get the business done. He needs to get it done soon. He's shoving forwards deep on creep in the middle of this map. Cure will not give up. He is up 10 army supply, and that is going to increase as he pushes forward. But Reynor is massing Banelings. He's waiting for those Vipers. I really feel like a backstab would be great right now, but you can tell Reynor's focusing on winning the fight on the front. Where are those Vipers, guys? The Vipers have 1 Blinding Cloud each. That's all they've got. 3 Blinding Clouds is all he's got for this push. He's going to go for it. Giant engage! Reynor coming in from 3 sides! Blinding Clouds on the front 2 tanks, and another one goes down at the back. The Ling Bane chasing the Marines. Most of the tanks get broken, but good spready on the Marines by Cure. He guns down all the Banelings. Reynor needs to get back and make more Banelings right now. The Marines are going to shove in. Cure knows this is his moment. He's got to go right now before the Banelings get remade. There's no Banelings making. There's no Banelings making. The Queens are going to try and fight with the Hydra Ling, and it looks like the Queens might be a beefy enough wall of tankiness in the north side. Oh god, the drone's getting jumped on. Reynor looking a little bit worried on that camera right now. I think he thought things were going well, but now his economy is getting pushed back into the dumpster. 67 workers versus 55, but he's got a base there and a base there. If he can get these mining and push this back, I still think he's in a better position than Cure. Cure's got his 3-3 on the way, though. Continuing to do nothing but pump Marine tank and focus on getting good fights. He's driven a wedge in between Reynor's positions. Reynor needs to flank this army. I think he's a bit too heavy on Baneling Hydra right now. That's good at defending on creep, but right now, this army is reinforcing the front. I actually think Cure might be able to do this. Cure might be able to do the impossible. It looked like Reynor was playing so well, but losing those 2 mining bases has really hurt his income. And now look at the trading here for Cure. This map is small, it's cramped, it plays to the advantages of this sort of push for Terran. And I think you've got to be so patient. Look at these units rallying. He is wide open on the defense, but Reynor is so focused at home that he can't do much about it. He can't really reinforce this northern base at all. The Marines are very weak. They are getting wounded. Finally, Reynor is moving down. He's got to come in with the full encirclement when he does fight this. The Queens are getting gunned down. They're separated. The Ling Bane Hydra will come forward and try to defend this. The Marines are kind of bleeding into this a little bit. Viper's coming in. He's looking for the flank. Oh, he's going to go for a giant engage again. Reynor with perfect blinding clouds. The Viper flank was absolutely insane. The Baneling in on the north side is massive. Reynor may have found the break with those blinding clouds. Oh my lord, if he can get rid of all these tanks and he keeps the base in the north alive. That was an absolutely incredible flanking maneuver with those Vipers. They found the angle. They found their way in. Oh my god. Dude, on a Terran map, looking like he's outgunned that giant wedge in between his bases, but REYNOR bled out so many Marines on the north, kept him distracted, and those Vipers worked their way in over this high ground into range to get those blinding clouds off. That was absolutely beautiful, man. That was so bloody well done. Very nicely played by REYNOR. I'm in awe. I thought that he was about to crumble there, but I think he's had too many experiences dying to these heavily committed Terran pushes, and he's learnt a lot of lessons from it. Here we go, Lingbane Hydra. Going up there. Nice pickup. Fourth base is down, but that's not a fourth, guys. That's a main base that got lifted. Kua can basically build up for one more wave, and he's still got a double upgrade advantage. 3-3 versus 2-2. Lurkaden's on the way for REYNOR, though. And the Marines going down this bottom left side. Here we go. Hydra Lingbane dancing back and forwards. I just can't believe how many epic games we've had in this tournament, guys. For those who don't know, all StarCraft pros are paid actors. I know there's 2 guys out there watching this right now who like, they're paid actors, it's scripted. It's true, guys. I'm Australian. What more evidence do you need? Literally paid to convince you guys that we aren't right now on a flat Earth, on the back of 4 tortoises flying through space, watching people play a video game. How ridiculous. I can't believe people even buy this stuff. +2 vehicle weapons is on the way. Double tank production for Kua. He's going to get a big remaxed army, but if the Lurkers can come out, that's going to be big. The moment the Lurker Den finishes, we've got Seismic Spines. Adaptive Talons will be coming in next. Marines, tanks, and other units will be coming forward. 65 Marines, 8 Siege Tanks. Liberators will be next. Mass Baneling Hydra Zergling coming forward. And there we go. Okay, Lingbane dancing back and forth, back and forth. The tank's coming on, but REYNOR's got Lurkers out. They're going to buy him a lot of time. I like the way Kua seems to be covered on the defense. He's lifting his natural to the top as well. But my god, that's a heavy Marine army. And when you get Lurker range, it's going to be a problem. Because look, he can start abducting tanks now as well. 3 Vipers can abduct 6 tanks. That brings you down to just 3 Siege Tanks, at which point you've got nothing to deal with these Lurkers. He's going to go for it. He abducts 1, 2. Okay, the Lingbanes are going to run in. Got to be careful. Doesn't set off the Banelings on them, which is nice. The Marines try to run in. Oh, look at how many Lurkers he's got. And he sends all of his Lings across for a giant backstab. REYNOR right now coming in, looking absolutely powerful. Gets on top of that, pulls the whole army back. He's got a giant arc of Lurkers. You cannot attack it. No, Kua with a big mistake. A big mistake there. He's so distracted by the mass Ling on the bottom. He walks a lot of Marines into their death. Kua trying to now siege his Liberators, but the thing is, over time, these are going to get abducted and shot down. There's no Hydras left, which is an issue. He's trying to rebuild them. Parasitic Bomb Forces in back does throw down a Spore Crawler. The Marine backstab in the south. Kua is going to go... Okay, guys. These guys signed up for a one-way mission. Talk about true Terran patriots. They knew when they signed up, this is an opt-in mission. This is not just following orders. They volunteered for this because there's no medevacs. They ain't getting out of there. But they are going to ruin REYNOR's economy in the bottom left. Those drones have been isolated. That hatchery and those drones will fall. How the hell is Kua still making this a competitive game? I do not know. I mean, he's got the double upgrade advantage. +3 carapace never made. REYNOR's only on 54 workers, remember. Yes, he's got the tech advantage, but those orbitals keep lifting out. And this one, okay, those Marines always knew they were going to die, but killing 15 workers and that base is huge. The Lurkers are going to shove. REYNOR's going for it, but he forgot his Vipers. He forgot his Vipers. A great Ling flank from the south. It doesn't even matter. He's got the Ling flank on those siege tanks. The Lurkers shoving forward. REYNOR says, welcome to Spinetown, buddy. And those Marines just do not have an answer.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Oh my god, REYNOR, no doubt a little bit angry with how close he's been to being defeated in this series. At multiple times he's been on the cusp of defeat, but he's just hanging on and he's throwing out those bloody, fierce, flaming, fighting words. Kua fought such a fantastic series and he made that so bloody close. But at the end of the day, REYNOR, own up to it, mate. Own up to it.
Zerg is the best race.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. He finally admits it. Cabal Master REYNOR admits it.